This is a walkthrough of section 2 of the Minecraft coding and programming course. We've already started the server. And if you would like to find out how to do that, see section 1 walkthrough. The end of section 1, we were about to head down the stairs into the basement of the Turtle Museum. So we will head down there now. In the basement, there's two characters. This is the tech support crystal. If you right click on the tech support crystal, it will tell you a little bit about the different destinations that you can travel to using the teleport block. So if we walk over to the teleport block and right click on it, because I'm logged on as a teacher, I have many different choices for locations that we can teleport to. But you'll notice that each location, we can scroll through the list of locations, but you'll notice that each location has an eye next to it. And as the pop-up says, the eye open means the student can see the location, the eye closed means the student cannot see the location. And the only one that has an eye open next to it is the Intro to Turtles. If you'd like to give the students other options of places to go, then you would just click on the eye, and that way you can decide what they can see. But at this point, all the students will be going to the Intro to Turtles. So we will click there and teleport there. Here we are at the Intro to Turtles. Some of the students might be facing the wrong direction when they get here. You might want to make sure they head away from the water and the trees and outside. Head into the Intro to Turtles area. They'll have a welcome pop-up. We can close out of that. Notice over to the left side, there's a bank of buttons. These buttons will give the students dyes so they can select the color their turtle is going to be. They can choose as many dyes as they like by right clicking on, no, I guess you have to left click on the button. By left clicking on the button, you will be given a dye. We'll grab 2 different dyes. Some students may want to grab 1 million different types of dyes, and that's fine. So if we right click on the programmer will tell us a few things. He'll tell us that he's going to give us a turtle, and he, as you can see in our quick bar, the quick bar is the array of 9 boxes towards the bottom of the screen, and that selects what is in our hand. If you press the number keys that are above the letter keys on the keyboard. If your keyboard has a number pad, I don't believe the number pad works for selecting the quick bar. Another way of selecting items from the quick bar, is by using the scroll wheel on your mouse, if your mouse has a scroll wheel. So at any rate, we will continue walking the programmer, and over to the left-hand side now, there are a bunch of anvils. If we right-click on an anvil, that will give us the option to repair and name our turtle. What we'll need to do is we'll need to drag the turtle from the quick bar up into this area, and that's where we will be given the option to name the turtle. And I will select a incredibly creative name for my turtle. After you've named your turtle, pull it out of the far right box and put it back in your quick bar. Press escape to leave that menu, and we can continue on to this programmer. This programmer is asking for our ticket of entry. We will need to put our ticket of entry into our hand by using the quick bar, and then right-clicking on the programmer. Programmer said he stamped my ticket. Right-click on him again. He'll ask me if I have a turtle, if I'm ready to go. I do have a turtle, and I'm ready to go, so I will select that option. And he has just transported me. Click escape to be able to control your character again. He has just transported me to the other side of this fence. So at this point, I can continue on to the Intro to Turtles area. And you'll notice there are lots of doors with torches out in front of them. In order to find a room that has not been taken, I need to find one that has a lit torch in front of it. If a room has been taken, then the torch will not be lit. And there's lots and lots of rooms. That's just the first corridor of rooms. There's more rooms. I think there's 5 or 6 corridors of rooms. So we'll go ahead and we will walk into this room. As we walk in, notice the door has shut behind me. There's some instructions on the wall. It tells me that I can place the turtle on the build allow block. And there's a chest in this room. If we right click on the chest, we will see that there's some books. They're called turtle primers. Turtle primer 1 and 2, and then a bunch of program discs as well. So we will just put all this stuff into our inventory so we are ready for everything that's coming. So before we place our turtle, we will check out the turtle primers. I used my quick bar to select turtle primer 1, and I right click once it's in my hand, and it will give me some instructions about how to place a turtle, how to add a program disk into the turtle's programming interface. And let's see what Turtle Primer 2 tells us. Turtle Primer 2 tells us about tying the remote to our turtle. So those are reference materials for the students to use. What I will do now is I will select the turtle from my quick bar, and I will right click to place the turtle on the build allow block. An explanation of the build allow block. In this world, students are not allowed to place or break blocks anywhere except where there are build allow blocks. It's my turtle. If I right click on the programming interface will come up just like in the Turtle Museum. In order to program a turtle, I need to place a programming disk into that slot, and it's a good idea to get in the habit of naming your disks. That way you can tell them apart. So I will name this intro disk. I'm using it for the intro to turtles. And press escape to leave the programming interface. To dye your turtle, to change the color of the turtle, select the dye from the quick bar and just right click on the turtle. Now my turtle's blue, or select another dye and now it's purple. So now we'll tie the remote to the turtle. The programming could be done through the regular interface that we access just by right clicking on the turtle. But one of the good things about the remote is if we write a program where the turtle goes out of our range, the right clicking on the turtle only works if the turtle's within a few blocks of your character. Once you're out of range, it's very handy to have the remote to be able to control the turtle. So if we select the remote in our quick bar, we hold down the shift key and we right click on the turtle, and it has to be the left shift key for this to work properly. We'll get a message that says the remote is bound to the turtle. Now that once we've bound the remote to the turtle, it doesn't matter whether we are facing the turtle or not. If we right click with the remote in our hands, we access the programming interface for the turtle. And one way to program the turtle is to grab commands from the command palette and drag them into the programming area, and then we would press play and our turtle moves ahead 1 block. But for this portion, the way the students will program their turtle is by using the minimized remote. The minimized remote is accessed by clicking on the arrow in the upper right corner of the programming interface, and they have all their commands available to them here. Students will follow this checkered path, and there's at the other end of the checkered path, we're going to use a combination of just using the arrow keys here. If the students follow the checkered path, they will come to another build allow block, and that is their goal, is to get to the other build allow block. One thing you'll notice is that you cannot move your character when you're using the programming interface, either the minimized or the full programming interface. So you'll have to press escape to follow your turtle around, and we will just get out of the path of the turtle here, because the turtle doesn't like it when you're standing in its path, and it won't be able to continue. And we'll go back to the minimize programming interface, and we will continue to follow checkered path. Once we get to the place where there's a obstruction in the turtle's way, we'll need to move the turtle up using the yellow arrows. And it has passed the obstruction, so we will run up and follow it. At this point, the students may bring the turtle back to ground level, or they may keep it up in the air. Either way, it doesn't make a big difference. One thing they will notice at this point is the turtle cannot fit through doors. The turtle cannot fit through doors, but there just happens to be a hole in the wall that students can use to get the turtle past this wall. So we'll go back into our programming interface, and we will navigate the turtle through the hole in the wall. We can't fit through the hole in the wall, so we will have to open the door. You open doors by right-clicking on them. And I'll back up here so you can see what's going on. Now we've reached a point where the turtle, we'll have to use the turtle as a step, because in Minecraft, characters, or at least the player characters, cannot jump over obstacles that are more than 1 block tall, and this obstacle happens to be 2 blocks tall. So we will have to use the turtle as a step to get over this wall. And once we are up here, we'll move over to the side. We've fallen off the wall. Having a little bit of trouble. All right, now we will get the turtle up here with us, or get it past the obstacle. You'll see in this area, there's the other build allow block. So we'll run down there and access the programming interface again to bring the turtle to the other build allow block. All right. Once the turtle's on the build allow block, we can open this chest. We could open the chest beforehand too, but and there's a pickaxe. Pickaxe can be used to break the turtle, so we can pick the turtle up. In order to do that, we need to select it in our quick bar, and then we need to hold down the left click button, and the turtle will be broken. Anything it's carrying, such as the program disk, will be dropped at that point. We need to make sure that we pick everything up, and now we need to leave the room. What we have here is a locked door and a lever next to it. The students should pretty easily be able to figure out that in order to open the door, they need to flip the lever by right-clicking on it, and then they will be able to leave the intro area, or the turtle area. So after that, we'll go back out to this programmer and let him know that we have finished the intro to turtles. We'll select our turtle token and right-click on him. He says that he needs a green turtle token. So we will right-click on him with our turtle token again, and he says we may pass. And we will actually have to right-click on him again and let him know that we're ready to pass. At this point, notice he transported us to the other side of the fence. Another transporter block here, teleportation block, I'm sorry. So the students continue down to the teleportation block and right-click on it. See, because I'm on the teacher's menu, there's a bunch of options here that they won't be able to see. If I scroll down, I will find Fault Line Island. That's their option at this point. So Fault Line Island would be a holding area. The students that finish early, the students that take more time to complete the Intro to Turtles won't have a chance to get to Fault Line Island at this point, but there'll be plenty of time to do that in later sections. The students that make it to Fault Line Island, as soon as they arrive, check out our inventory here. You can click either E or I to access your inventory. And we'll see that we were given, as soon as we arrived, we were given an iron shovel. The iron shovel is for the student to use to dig on Fault Line Island. Fault Line Island is one of the few places in Land of Turtles where the students have digging privileges or building privileges. Also, they were given a diamond shovel. The diamond shovel is for the turtle to use to dig if they wish to try and figure out how to program the turtle to dig. The turtles can only be equipped with unused diamond tools. The iron shovel is for the player to use if they would like to dig. If the player accidentally uses the diamond shovel, they should return to tech support for repair instructions. Notice there are tech support is right here, and tech support, if you have a diamond shovel, tech support that you have accidentally used, tech support will fix that for you. If students are running around on Fault Line Island here and they realize that they need a programming disk, there are disk suppliers here. As soon as you get close enough to a disk supplier, they will hand you a disk. And one other thing I'd like to show you before we conclude this session is in order for a turtle to be able to dig, and students to get here are likely to try to make the turtle dig. In order for a turtle to dig, you need to place the turtle, you need to access the turtle's inventory, you need a program disk. We need to put the diamond tool into the turtle's inventory, and then we need to tell it to equip the tool. The students may or may not figure out how to do this on their own. So to equip the tool, we need to tell the turtle to swap left or swap right. Doesn't really matter which one. The only constraint would be if the turtle already has a tool, you would tell it to equip on the opposite side. So at that point, we can press, well, let's look at our turtle first. You notice at this point, our turtle is not holding any tools. If we go ahead and run this program, notice all of a sudden the tool is on the side of the turtle. That means it has equipped it. And if we look back in the turtle's inventory, I need to right click on the turtle to get the inventory. There's no more, the tool is no longer in its inventory. That's because it has it. So that's about it for this session. If we go back to the server window, we can save our work so far. It's a good idea to save the students' work every 10 minutes or so during class. If you click Save Map, you'll notice that you'll be told there is already a save with that name. If you want to save the students' work, you can, of course, save it under a different name each time, but it might make more sense to overwrite the file. And it should pop up saying the save was successful. It was successful. And that concludes this walkthrough.